Hello, this is Dr. Dave Gatros, and we're going to do shell variables today. A shell variable is a name that you can give values inside shell script. Very, very handy to use them while you're doing shell scripting. And shell variables must begin with letters A through Z or an underscore, and they can be upper or lowercase letters. And they can contain alphabetic characters, upper and lowercase, underscores, and digits 0 through 9. They can't contain any special characters other than those just mentioned. Okay, so let's give you an example. Let me declare a shell variable, and I'm using the C shell or TCS shell. And I know that because to do that I can display a environment variable called $0, and that tells me I'm using the .tch shell. I can also print the variables that I'm using, the environment variables, by just saying set, and there's all of the variables. If you're on a Bourne shell, it's print environment variables is what you use. And we'll talk about the differences between the different shells later on. Okay, so let's start out by showing you how to set a variable. You say set, and we'll pick one. We'll say my name equals, and then we'll put Dr. Yuri Zhivago. Okay, now if I try to display it and I just say echo my name, it just comes up with my name. To tell it's a shell variable, to tell it there's a hold something, you got to put a $sign in front of it. And now there is Dr. Yuri Zhivago. To clear it or to delete it, you just say unset my name, and then you echo it, and it's not there anymore. Okay. So let's talk about shell variable arrays. Clear that. I'm going to say set colors equal to red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Oops, not and, violet. Okay. I'm going to echo colors, and you'll see there they all are. I can pick individual ones by saying echo and providing it a subscript. See there, oops, gotta spell it right. Echo colors by green. I can change it by using the set. I take the set colors. Notice I take the $sign off, equal to white. Okay. Now I echo colors, and you'll see that the fourth one is now white. If I want to set blank shell variables, I can say set shapes equal, and notice that I'm just putting in blanks. It's a single quote, which is right to the left of the enter button. And now I can modify that. Of course, I can echo shapes, and it'll come up with nothing. So if I say set shapes 2 is equal to square, now I can echo shapes. You'll see that the one of them is changed to shapes. It left justifies and gets rid of the blanks. Alright, so we've gotten basic shell variables. Now let's show you how to do some numeric values. Okay, clear. Whoops, clear. So I'm going to say set number is equal to 0, and I'm going to echo number, say it is 0. Well, let me try to add something from it. And there's a couple ways to do it. I'm going to show you both of them. I put an @ sign, and I say number is equal to 10 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and I echo number now, and it should be 22. Okay, now you'll notice the format up there. The @ sign and then space followed by the variable itself, And notice I have spaces around the equal signs. It's always a good idea to do that. And what it does is it evaluates that expression. I can even use the number inside of the variable itself or the equation, but I have to use it with the dollar sign on it. Okay, oops. I've got to put the plus in there. Okay, there we go. Now what I do is I can echo the number again, and it comes up with 44. Okay, I have the post increment and post and decrement values, so I can do at sign, or I can say um, number plus plus, okay, and echo number, and you'll see it incremented by 1. The decrement also works. Now the last way to do an expression is to actually use an expression itself. This is a little bit older feature of it, and I can say set sum, okay, is equal to, okay. Now the quotes I'm using here are it's a different kind of backward quote. It's located to the left of the number 1 on top of the keyboard underneath the tilde symbol, so be sure to use the correct one. Expression, okay, is, let me back up, let me say set number 1 equal 1, set number 2 is equal to 2, and now I can say set number is equal to, okay, and say this is an expression, okay, and we'll say dollar sign number 1 plus dollar sign number 2 plus 10 in tilde quote, and I'm going to say echo number, and there it goes, 13. Alright, so that's your introduction to shell variables. In the next video we're actually going to start working on shell scripting itself, but be sure and go through this video a couple times. Be sure that you know how to use variables. If you're working on one of the other shells besides TCH or C shell, the difference is instead of using a set, for instance, number would just be 10. You wouldn't put the set in front of it. So you have to know which shell that you're working in. Hope this helps you. Play it over again, and on to the next video.